Hello students, welcome back to 5th session. I am Vinod Siddhanawar, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. Subject Computer Fundamentals for BA, BSc and BCom students of 3rd semester, which will come under Vijayanagara Sri Krishna Devaraya University, Ballari. So before starting with the today's session, we will recap or revise the previous session. In the previous session, we have learned about the characteristics of the computer and applications of computer. We will start with the today's session. Topic is type and classification of computer. Learning objective. So you will understand about the classification of computer, and at the end of the session you are going to differentiate between the different types of computer based on the type and size and purpose, right? So you will be knowing how the classification of computer was handled at the end of this session. So we will start with the topic now. So first we will start with the personal computer. As we have discussed in the previous class, these personal computers are being used in many industries like institutes, college or organization and company and business purpose also. So these personal computers are used for activities like documentation. Document may be any Excel file or document file, or it may be any PowerPoint presentation or any text file which may be in terms of Kannada, English or any other language. And it can be, these personal computers can be used for playing games and many other purposes. And you can also use these personal computers for surfing the web. This means using the website. For using website we need a computer plus internet. So internet, if you want to surf or if you want to search anything in the computer or in the internet, you need a personal computer. So these personal computers are used for surfing the internet, and you can also write programs for any applications and design, and you can also paint, and also you can provide or you can create some graphics or cartoons in this one. You can also do the DTP work using the computer, and these are the some of the characteristics, or these are some of the use or application of the personal computers. And this can be divided into, now laptop is same like the computer, but these computer can be portable. These can be portable. You can shift, means you can transfer these computers from one room to another room, or one class to another class, or one department to another department. But while transit andre while transfer ಮಾಡುವಾಗ you cannot use that computer because it needs a power supply. But in case of laptops, these are same like desktop only. These are same like these personal computer or desktop, but these will run on batteries, so that you can use this while traveling also, right? You can use this while traveling also. So you can see the same as PCs in functionality. This will be same like functionality will be same like personal computer only, and these are more compact and portable. You can see this, you can fold it and you can take it in your bag, and you can travel anywhere, and it will be portable. Means these are also portable, these personal computers also portable, but you cannot work while transit. Means travel ಮಾಡುವಾಗ you cannot use the personal computer, but in case of laptops you can use. So those are called portable and those are compact. So less power requirement and operate on battery. This means for this, for example, consider this, for this you need to supply the power for monitor, desktop as well as keyboard, mouse and these speakers. But in case of this, it will work on only one single battery. You need not to worry about the more power. It will consume as minimal as possible. Means it will take approximately one tube light size power consumption. Same like it will equally take like that. But in case of this, it will consume, in case of power personal computer, it will consume more power. Right? Next, less capacity compared to the PCs. As we have seen, these computer can hold more space. These can also hold the more space. Nowadays, these can hold more space, but in olden days, these laptops were used to hold the less capacity as compared to the personal computers. But nowadays, these are holding equal amount of capacity to store the any data as compared to the personal computers. Next, maintenance and actually are costlier compared to the PC. As you can see, this is a portable computer and it is a compact one and it can consume less power, so it is less maintenance and it will be having costlier, it will be costlier as compared to the personal computer because it is somewhat compatible, portable and it will be consuming less power and it will be very helpful for traveling persons. For that reason, it is a very costlier and those are compact, so it is costlier. And this is a theft prone. Theft prone ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಳುತನ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ ದಿಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ನ ಕದಿಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ನೋ ಬಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟಚ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಂಟಿಲ್, ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಕಳುವು ಮಾಡೋವರೆಗೂ ಇದು ಕಳುತನ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪ್ರೋನ್ ಟು ಥೆಫ್ಟ್. ರೈಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ PDA. PDA means personal digital assistant. PDA means personal digital assistant, nothing but your smartphone. It looks like your smartphone, right? So it is called as a personal digital assistant. It is compact version of laptop and it is a compact version of laptop like mini computer in general sense. For example, you can take this as a same, it will work same as laptop but with a minimal functionality. It will not include all the functionality as provided by the laptops and personal computer. It will be having less operations. Next, smaller than laptop. As you can see, this is same looking like a personal, means it is looks like a cell phone. So it is also called as Palmtops because it can be placed within your palm. This is considered as your palm, so you can hold within this palm, means so only it is called as a Palmtops. Next, used to store information, used frequently whenever you go, means it can store information wherever you go and it can be very easy as compared to the, means it is very handy. You can feed any information wherever you can go. Next, nowadays work with a smart card which has all the information of all user and his transaction, and these Palmtops can hold all the smart card information as well as the transaction he or she made. For example, if you have made any bank transaction online, then that information or that transaction details will be held within this Palmtops and you can view that transaction and also you can make the payment through the smartphones instead of using the laptops and desktop. It is very easy to make the payments. Now we will move on to the next one, that is workstation. You can see this, why we will call this as a workstation. It is a combination of one or more computers. means it will be, they are similar to PCs. You can see this, these are similar to PCs but with more memory and high speed processors. But with the more memory and high speed processors, they are intended to support network operating systems and network applications. They are used in architectural design and video editing animations. So I'll explain this in a short. This means you can see these monitors. We have only 4 monitors and 1 PC, 1 CPU. All 4 are monitors, 1 keyboard, 1 mouse, but 1 CPU, 4 monitors. So in this one, what they will do is they will add high memory, means more memory and high speed processor to process the images or videos or architectural designs. For example, if in filmmaking they will use the huge amount of pixels with a high quality videos, so that those videos will be having more space, means they will consume more space for editing those videos. For editing those high quality videos, they need a high end processors to handle those. So they will be in workstations, they will allow high speed processors and more memory, plus they will consume high amount of electricity, right? For editing we need that one. So these type of architecture we will call it as a workstation, means these can support. And how these 4 means how one person can work on 4 monitors at a time, means the monitors are connected in a network, some kind of network. That network can make the use of 4 different screens or monitors at one place at a time, right? This is how workstation work like, right? Next we will directly jump on to the classification of computers. Classification of computers can be done by 3 different types, means it is divided into 3 different types. One is classification of computers by type, classification of computer by size, classification of computers by purpose, right? And this classification of computer by type is again divided into 3 types, that is analog computers, digital computers and hybrid computers. And classification of computers by size is again divided into 4 types: microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers and super computers. And last one, classification of computers by purpose is again divided into 2 types. One is general purpose, second one is specific purpose, right? We will see these classification one by one. Now first one, by type. We can see here, first we will go with the by type. How many types we have? Analog, digital and hybrid. So in that first one is analog computer. So you can see this is how the analog computer looks alike, right? So now we will see what do you mean by analog computers. Analog type of computers uses what is known as analog signals that are represented by continuous set of varying voltages and are used in scientific research centers. You can see this, these are not normal computers and these will not be used by normal people like us, because these are only used for scientific researches in case of hospital and flight centers to maintain the varying voltages and analog signal through analog signals. Means the analog signal will be depicted to represent the continuous voltage of varying voltages, right? So this is how these analog computers are used in hospitals and flight centers. Next is analog computer type types program arithmetic logical operations by measuring physical changes, for example temperature and or pressure. These are also used for measuring the temperature of the environment and pressure of any two different molecules or two different items, or you can call them as a different matters, right? The pressure between two matters or two molecules you can calculate using the analog computers, or you can also get the temperature of the environment using the analog computer with analog signs. You can see the analog sign, right? So that analog sign depicts the temperature of the environment as well as the pressure, right? So for this purpose analog computers are used. We will move on to the next computer now. Next is digital computers. Digital computers are same as personal computers as we have seen in the earlier classes. So in these computers represent data as numbers and separate units. Next, digital computers operates and digital decimals, but in case of this analog digits, here it work on decimal digits that represents either discrete data or symbol. Means it will work on digital digits, that is a representation of any particular data or any particular symbol. Means this computers operates only on digital digits, right? Those digits we can call it as any kind of data or any kind of symbols. Next, it takes input and gives the output in the form of numbers, letters and special characters. These numbers and letters we can call it as data, and these special characters we can call it as a symbols in a simple manner, right? Next, used for business, scientific data processing and as well as for home or any college purposes also, right? Next, magnetic media is used as a storage device. As we have discussed in the earlier or previous classes, we can say that computer will be having magnetic media to store the any kind of inputted data. It may be text, it may be video, it may be audio, or it may be image. So that will be stored in the magnetic media fashion, right? So this is how digital computers are introduced by type, right? Next one, hybrid type. Hybrid means the word only depicts that it is a combination of both analog as well as digital computers. You can say hybrid computers is just a combination of analog and digital computer. So only first point says that hybrid computer combine the most desirable features of both analog and digital computer. How it is combined, how it is a combination of both analog and digital computers is, now we will see that they have the speed of analog computers and the accuracy of digital computers. We can say that how hybrid computers have combined means they will take the speed of analog computers and the accuracy of digital computers. So both the combination they will take and they have made it as a hybrid computer. So they usually used the special problem in which input data is derived from measurements is converted into digits and processed by computers. This means it will take the input as a analog or digital and it will process the data. It will take the processed data only. It will not process or it will not convert any data. It will directly take the processed data and it will give the exact result depending upon the data, and it will give the accurate data based on the data, accurate result based on the data. So this is how hybrid computer work, and you can see this is how a hybrid computers look alike, because you can see the screen also which will look like the normal computer, and you can also see these windows which will depicts or which will show the analog signals also, right? So it is a combination of both hybrid digital and the analog computer made as a hybrid computers. So these three are of by type. Now we will move on to the next one, by size, classification by size. So in that, first one is microcomputers. First one is a microcomputers. So these are microcomputers means slow, cheap, significant computing power. This means you can see from the image. You can see from the image. This depicts that these microcomputers somewhat look like small mobile or a cell phone. Means it is a portable. You can also call it as a portable cell phone. Microcomputers are called as a portable cell phone. So these are, as these are very small, so the computation level is also, computation or calculation level or calculation speed will be very slow. And as these are very small, so those can be very cheap. Significant computing power. Computing power is very significant because it is significant means the computing power will be very slow. Next, it uses Intel chips. Intel chips means, as we have seen in the third generation, that is ICs, and in the fourth generation VLSI. So those VLSI chips are called Intel chips, and we will call that as a single processor system, which can support the single task like WordPress, database management system, and etc. So these are the some of the tasks that can perform on the micro computers. Examples are PS386 or PS486, or you can take the Pentium P1 to 4 variants, Pentium 1, Pentium 2, Pentium 3 and Pentium 4. You can take any of these as an example for microcomputers. So now we will move on to the next one, that is mini computers. Mini computers are relatively faster, means these are micro means very small, mini means somewhat larger than microcomputers. You can see here the arrangement of computers. So these are somewhat more bigger than microcomputers. So as they are bigger, so we can call them as a relatively faster and low cost compared to the mainframes. Mainframes will come in the next section. So don't worry about these mainframes. Those are somewhat higher version of computers. So higher than PCs. You can say those as a higher than PCs, but these are relatively faster and low costly as compared to the microcomputers. Next, designed for real-time dedicated multi-user applications. As we have seen this microcomputer, it is only a single user, but the mini computers are multi-user applications. Means you can use 2 to 3 applications or multiple applications at a single time, right? This means that it is a multi-user applications. Examples are IBM 17, HP 3000, DEC, PDP 11. So these are the some of the examples of mini computer, right? We will now move on to the next one, mainframe computers. As we have seen, this is a mainframe computers. Mainframe computers are faster than mini computers. As you can see this arrangement, these are far more larger than these mini computers, and they will be having larger memory used in the CPU intensive or IC intensive jobs, right? IO means input output. Next, in scientific or business applications to process the high volume of data in large business applications. As you can see these are having very high budget, and those are very large as compared to the micro and mini computers, and they will be having larger memory, and they can give you the very speed of any data, and they can perform input output very fastly. And these are mainly used in scientific region and business applications as well as some of the scientific areas where military or some hospitality applications were being built, right? Examples are IBM 370, AX 8800, UNIVAC 1110, CPC 7600, right? These are the examples, and you can see the picture. It depicts the mainframe computers, right? Next we will move on to the next one, that is supercomputers. This is the final computer which was running nowadays, but these are not used by the normal people like us. These will be used by the some multinational companies or some server companies like Amazon, and some military purpose and some hospitality purpose as well as some scientific purpose. So as we can see, this large in size, large memory compared to all the computers. You can see this, these supercomputers are very large as compared to the mini, micro and these mainframe computers, right? So these are, so only these are called supercomputers. These will be having far more speed as compared to the other computers, and it is having very large, means in terms of more than TB of data it can hold, means 100 TB, 200 TB of data it can hold at a time, and it will be having 100 GB 100 GB of RAM only, 100 to 200 GB RAM, and some high processor, and at the large scale they will be used, and ideal for high-end computing applications involving large volume of data, intensive computing using Intel chips. Still they will use the Intel chips, and these are used for high computations. As the processor is very fast, you can process any kind of data using the supercomputers. Next, these computers are designed for ultra high performance tasks such as encryption, cracking, creation of animation, and for designing all knowledge based system. Means you can design anything using the computer, provided it is having the high speed. So only these supercomputers are used by high-end companies, scientific companies, scientific areas, and as well as some hospitals, right? So examples are IBM Deep Blue CDC Cyber Family and Cray XMP bar 26. These are some of the supercomputer examples. Right? Now we have seen the classification based on size. Now, so this completes your today's session. In this session, we are able to know about the types of computers and classification of computers. Right? Now we will move on to the quiz section. In the quiz, first question: portable computers are option A analog computers, option B microcomputers, option C laptops, option D supercomputers. Any guesses? Portable computers means you can take the computers from one place to another place, and you can work on them in transit, means you can work in the traveling also. Any guesses? Yes, correct, laptop. Option is laptop. Laptops are very portable. They can be used in traveling also because those work on batteries. Next question: analog signals are used in. First option A digital computers, option B analog computers, option C hybrid computers, option D supercomputers. Analog computers, analog signals means they will obviously provide some analog signals. Any guesses? Right, answer is analog computer. It is obvious that analog computer will always provide analog signals, means they will produce the analog signals. Next question: high speed, large in size and large memory. Those will be having very high speed. They can hold TB of n TB, means 200 to 300 TB of data, and capacity is very high. means it can store many data. Option A, digital computers. Option B, analog computers. Option C, hybrid computers. Option 4, supercomputers. Any guesses? Yes, correct. Answer is supercomputers, because those computers are very high speed and they can contain very large size of memory. Right, next one. Which computer have the speed of analog computer and accuracy of digital computers? It is a combination of two computers, that is analog computers and digital computers. Option is option A, digital computers. Option B, analog computers. Option C, hybrid computers. Option D, supercomputers. Any guesses? Yes, correct. Answer is hybrid computers. Hybrid computers are combination of analog and digital computers. So that completes your quiz session. If you have any doubt or if you want to read more, you can refer Computer Concept and C Programming by P.B. Kotur and Computer Fundamentals by Halkar Rachappa. You can refer any of these two books for more information. Thank you for your patience. Be safe in home. Learn digitally. Thank you.